Boyfriend says he can't stand looking at me anymore. Hi Reddit, this is my first time posting here, but I think this sub will give me some perspective on my situation. I really want to save this relationship, but after tonight I don't know if I can. My boyfriend, possibly ex after tonight, told me last night that he can't even look at me anymore without thinking about what I did to him. I know he's got every right to be mad, but hearing him say that absolutely shattered me. He found out about my affair just over a month ago, and I've only seen him in person twice since he found out. Last night he came over to get some of his stuff from my apartment, and we ended up talking about the affair. I broke down crying and apologized over and over again. He hardly said anything to me and completely ignored all of my apologies. I know he doesn't have to accept them, but I felt so ignored. He used to always listen to me, and this time it felt like I was talking to a brick wall. It was like he was a completely different person. I begged him to say something, and finally he said that he couldn't even look at me anymore without thinking about me and my former affair partner, mutual friend. I ended up raising my voice at him and telling him how hurtful it was to hear that. He told me how hurtful it was to find out I had been lying to him and sleeping with someone he had trusted. Obviously, my affair was worse, but I don't think that it makes my pain less important. He left shortly after our conversation, and I just sat on my bed and sobbed. Is there any chance at all that I can save this relationship? After hearing that, I feel like no matter how hard I try, there's nothing I can ever do to fix my mistake. I really will do anything to get back what we had. I planned on marrying him one day, and I regret my affair deeply. Does anyone have any advice on what my next step should be? Should I just give him space and time to cool off? Update 1. I am going to start seeing a counselor on my own next week. I reached out to my boyfriend and asked if he would consider couples counseling. He said that he would think about it, but he still needed time. I told him that I was willing to put in the work needed to save this relationship, but he also needed to put in work on his end. I didn't get much of a response, which is typical since he has been very quiet since finding out about the affair. I think he is coming around though. I hope my new therapist can give me some perspective on how to start our healing process. To answer some questions that I have been getting, yes, I have completely cut contact with my affair partner. He was originally a friend of my boyfriend, but he became a mutual friend when we started dating. The affair only lasted 2 months, and the majority of it was over text and through phone calls. We did have a couple of physical encounters though. It was a terrible mistake, and I would give anything to go back in time and change what happened. But obviously I can't. I have him blocked on everything now, and have gone out of my way to avoid seeing him in person. Update 2. Since seeing my counselor, I have decided to give my boyfriend some space and time to heal. She told me a lot of things that I was hearing in the comments on my posts here as well. I have reached out and apologized for raising my voice at him. He still hasn't apologized for what he said to me the last time he was at my apartment, but he did accept my apology. I'm going to let him be the one to reach out next, since that's what my therapist recommended. Thank you all for the advice, even if some of it was hard to hear. Story 2. God, I miss you. I'm in the room right next to you, but I know you don't want to talk to me. I don't blame you. Every time I look at you, I'm reminded of what I did. I can't imagine what seeing my face does to you. I want to thank you for letting me stay in our house, for not kicking me out, not calling me names. I want to thank you for being so much better of a partner than me. I want to hug you. I want to physically hold on to you so badly. I miss sleeping next to you every night, being able to reach over and hold your hand. I'm lucky you still have enough respect for me to tell me thank you when I make us dinner. I found a reel of pictures of us from a wedding while I was going through the junk drawer. Seeing you smile makes my heart hurt. I miss seeing you smile so much. I miss our dumb pet names and the dumb little way we would talk to each other. I miss how we would sing to each other because we are both annoying and like to sing randomly. I miss being able to sit next to you, going on our little errands together. I miss asking you questions about things because you're the smartest person I know and you know about so much. I miss everything about you. I miss the bad moments. I look back at them, and all I can think about it how I could have done better. I could have done so much better by you. I could have just not cheated. I could have just never started any of this at all. I could have appreciated you, respected you, loved you enough to tell you that I felt like I was drifting into a scary place and I needed help. I could have just told you, but I didn't. Instead, I separated myself from you mentally. I made you the enemy. I blamed you for my shortcomings and my pain, and I never told you how I was feeling. I never even gave you the chance. I am a coward who has turned into a liar. I can barely look at myself in the mirror. Sometimes I hear you on the phone having a laugh, or I hear you whistling here and there while you're working on something. Hearing you have some kind of joy is the sweetest moment of solace. I pretend for a second that everything is normal. It's just us in the house together like usual. I could come right up to you and kiss you, or bring you one of our cats, and we could pet and love on them together like we used to do. It is so incredibly hard living with you when I know you are not ready to talk or ready to resume our relationship like normal. Every day I know at any time you could tell me you change your mind, you can't do this, I need to leave. But every day so far you don't do that. You just go about life as best you can while letting me live here still. You haven't told your family. I don't think you've told any friends. And I know it's because you don't want them to think of me as a cheater. God, I wish I was as strong as you are. I have been such a mess. If it wasn't for my close friends and family, my therapist, my friends, through my 12-step meetings, I don't think I would have made it through this. And I'm not even the one who was fucking cheated on for a second time by their girlfriend of almost a decade. I've learned an important lesson through this experience that I brought on us. Love is not just a feeling. It is equally a choice, and the hard truth is, I stopped choosing you when I went behind your back. In fact, I literally chose someone else and myself over you. So incredibly horrible, childish, devoid of love or respect. Something I was so okay with doing in the moment. I don't know if I will ever fully understand how I was able to allow myself to be so duplicitous, but I never want to do that again. I want to choose you every day for as long as you will let me. I am just so sorry. I wish I could show this to you. I wish I could tell you I'm doing everything I can to become a safe partner. I wish I could explain to you that I realize now that I am sick. I have mental health issues that I have allowed to shape my beliefs and my behaviors. I have a capacity to be uncaring when nobody is watching, and it scares me, and I don't want to be that person anymore. I'm sorry I hurt you severely. I'm sorry I detonated a bomb on our relationship and left us in tattered, messy pieces that don't make sense. My entire life is and will continue to be revolving around me sorting this out. For the hurt that I have caused you, for taking these last 8 years and making a mockery of them, for turning the monster that I am into someone who has enough respect for themselves and others to never do something like I have done again. I've come to the realization that fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Now it's entirely your BF's decision whether he wants to give you another chance or not. If they do, then that's wonderful. You must be truthful, take responsibility, and treat your relationship with the respect it deserves, at least this time around. However, if he chooses not to, don't let the end of this relationship overshadow all the growth and healing you've achieved as a person. I wish you all the best, OP. Now for some comments, OP, this is a beautiful letter. Your self-reflection has been remarkable, and it's clearly really helping you with growth. Love it. But the biggest indicator of how you're growing as an individual? Every one of your recent comments on other people's posts is insightful, helpful, to the point, empathetic, and kind. I hope that you find helping others heal to be healing for you as well. This is an absolutely heart-wrenching letter. I think if every WP felt like you did, a lot more R would work out if the BS was willing. Thank you for sharing this part of yourself with us. You have shed a new light on WPs that I didn't have before. If you ever feel like you and BP are in a place you think you could share this, I would recommend it. I think your BP might like having this kind of insight into your mind. Wishing you all the love and healing. Thanks for posting this. You are not alone. I know these same feelings, shame, regret, remorse, and watching how much destruction my choices have caused. Like a poison I've poured out in my marriage and family. I try to find strength for every single day to just keep moving forward somehow. Thanks for sharing. It helps to know others understand this walk of true repentance.